All right, one more of these bar chart races. I just think they're fun to watch, and different ones will find different players to credit. So this one uses my stat achievement. Not an amazingly thought out stat, but basically the winner of a tournament gets 1,000 points, runner up gets 500, semifinalists get 250, quarterfinalists get 125. You could argue that overrates, winners and gives not enough credit to like quarter and semifinalists. That's fair. I probably agree with you. Um, but it was easy to do mathematically, easy to plug stuff into and get results, and felt like it aligned kind of with the tennis system, the tennis ranking system, which is a terrible ranking system. So, like, why am I emulating that? But okay, we did it. Kaus wins the first tournament. He's our early leader. Let's take a peek at how it goes. It's supposed to show up to 33 names at a time, so we'll see who pops up. All right, we get Broccoli winning the second tournament. Aurora, really high score for having not won a tournament because Unfixable wins the third, Cookie wins the fourth. So I'm kind of impressed by Aurora here. Again, Team Rhinoas won't be included. That will really underrate Nightwish. It will underrate Yojimbo. It will underrate Delial. And I'm probably missing someone. Slash, I guess, gets underrated too. So I would say those four names, you can definitely go, this isn't giving them the credit they deserve, especially because it gives so much credit to winning those tournaments. There are other people who are finalists, Blizzard, Roseman, Patriot, who also won't get enough credit here. And I'm sorry about that. Let's keep looking. All right, Cookie takes the lead. That makes sense. I think at a certain early point, Cookie is the number one, but Doc Evil passes quickly, and Doc Evil should grow a lead. Yeah, Doc Evil takes number one by a lot. See, people hitting 1,000 tend to be people who won, but credit to Ulti, who had two finals in immediate succession. Damn, that's a pretty big lead for Doc. Who will be the first to pass him? I think it should be Cookie. I think Cookie should be, but Sujiro rising and Kamikaze rising. Oh, should I bet on Kamikaze? But Cookie wins the second one. Yeah, so Cookie hits 2,500. Cookie passes. Okay. But Kamikaze and Sujiro close, and now Seto's starting to rise. Kaus Debonair, excellent. Really stands out of kind of the early champions, I think, other than Cookie and Doc. Of the very early ones, Kaus stands out. You'll notice Meta has won a tournament, Parmesan's won a tournament, Bren's won a tournament. Each of them will have a few other successes to go with it. While players like Unfixable, Virgil, are basically Firebrand, Beast Day are going to just sit on 1,000. It's the only icon they want. Credit to Jadat, who's going to break 1,000, and Jaws, who probably will without having won a tournament. Also Mafi Josie. And I bet Grat gets to 1,000 too. Let's see what happens. Seto rising passes Sujiro. And did I miss Delial emerging? Because Delial always emerges so quick. If we go back to here, I don't see Deli. Suddenly he's already here. And suddenly he's in our top 10. And suddenly he's in our top 7. We're still in 2007, and he's made our top 6. Seto becomes our next leader. So we basically had Cookie, Doc Evil, and Seto. Like, Kaus led for a moment, but our three main leaders have been Cookie, Seto, and Doc Evil. Oh, and Seto's lead is growing. Delial moves into 5th. Will Kazi or Delial pass Doc Evil first? Probably Deli. Could do either way, though. We get the rise of Koner. He just rocketed up. Also, shout out to people like Gafgarian and Biddy, who are, Aurora, Coops, finalists who did some other things too. Jadat's probably going to break 1,000 soon. Mafi Josie hits 1,000 without winning a tournament. So does Kefka. That's really hard to do. Kazik as well. Turds has won Vincent, but has a few other results, getting him over 1,000. Jaws didn't win a tournament. Again, Jaws always looks so good. Bren really beastly around the time he won. Meta, one of the better short-term one-timers. Broccoli also, and she's going to win a second at one point. All right, what we got? Koner still rising. Deli does break Doc Evil and passes Cookie. Can he catch up to Seto? Seto had a head start. All right, Kazi also passes the Doc Evil line. Will Dully pass Seto? Dully does pass Seto. He becomes our fourth real leader. Shout out to Spike Spiegel. Yojimbo's made the list. Tezuka, Grat, D, Karmazin. Who have we not shouted out yet? Great Sephiroth, obviously, but that's an easy one. Okay, Dully takes the lead. It grows. Kamikaze has moved into third. Someone just appeared. Me and Slash. Cool. Great Sephiroth rising. Great Sephiroth also passes, as does Koner. You know, everyone takes longer than Doc Evil to do it, but people eventually pass what he did. And Seto has reclaimed the lead from Dully. I've moved into the top 6. Now into the top 3. Passing Kazi. And that's my 3rd win, so I'm probably not going to move up that much for a bit. Seto growing his lead. Great Sephiroth is now passing Kamikaze. He moves into 4th. MC has now appeared on the list. Yojimbo's moved up. Nightwish has appeared. We have Nightwish, Yojimbo, and MC all looking real strong. Anyone else that's fun to shout out here? Oh, Scythe just really rocketed up suddenly. Had like 0 points and gets 1750 in 3 tournaments, which is nuts. You know, not quite as much as Doc Evil's 2500 in 3 tournaments, but pretty incredible nonetheless. GS does pass me and passes Dully. GS has a moment in 2nd place here. Incredible. Great job to him. Kazi still 5th, Koner still 6th. I wonder who will land ahead, Kazi or Koner. Because a lot of achievement type stuff you end up with Koner racking up more icons, but this doesn't give that many points for quarterfinals. I'm going to bet Kazi in this version ends up ahead, though I'd probably say Koner achieved a little more overall, but it's really hard to say. You'll notice Sujiro played one more tournament and or a couple more tournaments and did pass Doc's score. Also, Cookie still really high. Okay, I passed GS, but Seto's lead's pretty big. Squall was a big one for me, also a big one for Kazi. Okay, I take first briefly. Dully repasses GS. You can see why I think of GS as the kind of outside of the big 4 as the best player. But this does underrate Nightwish. Nightwish is doing really well. We still are yet to see Yojimbo rise. Broccoli really high. Nice score. Slash also underrated here, not getting full credit for Rinoa. And Smokes appears. I don't think we've seen him yet, but we will be seeing him from now on. Yojimbo starting to rise up to 7th. Yeah, he's really getting all the points. Koner rising as well. Will Koner pass Delial for a moment by this stat? Again, it doesn't include everything, and it's not the perfect stat, but man, good score for Koner. I picked Kazi to finish ahead of Koner. That's clearly dead wrong. Dead wrong. Yojimbo rocketing up. And Koner passes Deli for a moment here. Will Yojimbo pass the top 2? He will. I think Yojimbo's going to win this stat. I think he really racked up. He is such a big lead. Like, he's won the most championships ever, and this doesn't include one of them because it was a Team Rinoa. But he's won the most championships ever. He's won the most icons ever. He's made the most finals ever by a bunch. He was going to lead in this stat. So Yojimbo is definitely going to be the winner, but I'm curious how the rest shakes out. Yeah, Yojimbo's lead just growing. Again, this doesn't include a win of Deli's. That would get him to like 5,300. And this does include some of his wins, though. But yeah, a huge score from Yojimbo, and it should be higher, too, with the Rinoa. Yeah, Yojimbo and Deli both are missing at least 1,000 points here. Turds up to 7. Really impressive. Ahead of, MC, Nightwish. Chickney's moved up really high. You'll notice Sujiro and Akiyama are pretty close, as they always are. Metis appears. Amo, nice job. Aesila, nice job. Yeah, I get points from Nephilim and Triad Wars. And that's our final list. So I think if we include the team Rhinoas, because note the one, Rhinoa Seto 1 is included. It was single player. But if we include the team Rhinoas, I think everyone gets some points at the top four, but Deli and Yojimbo get the most. So Yojimbo gets a pretty clear lead, and Deli probably ends up around where I am. We probably look similar. Actually, I mean, I have the leaderboard, and I did count these up, including Rhinoa and including closed tournaments, because Deli had a win in one of those too. So Deli has 2 wins not included here. So I really should have just included everything, but I wanted to do a separate one for this because I'd already done something counting everything, but now I feel like I should tell you everything. Clearly I'm just a model. But I can check what that says. Just give me a moment. Yeah, so that says, oh, I scrolled past it. Stop scrolling. There you are. Okay. That says Yojimbo 11,375. So he gets like 2,500 points. Wow. Deli gets also around 2,500. He moves into second. I get 250. I've dropped to third. Seto gets 750. He drops to fourth, but not a distant fourth or anything. And Slash of Time moves up to fifth. Nightwish is sixth, which, you know, if you look at this one, it's hard to see, but he won 2 of the Team Rhinoas. Koner 7th, Great Sephiroth 8th, Vid 9th, winning a closed tournament. And actually, Vid, Turds, and Smokes tied for 9th through 11th at the moment. And actually, I'm recording this as TTAC 14 is going on. There's a very good chance Turds and Smokes play in the quarterfinals. And so if that happens, the winner of that match will take the lead on this list and be clearly in the top 10. So I guess they'll both pass Vid, so ignore me. Yeah, but I thought this was another fun race to watch. As I said last time, you know, you see a lot of the same names, and they're an impressive crowd. I think this one more than others is affected by time on site, but I also think so. I think this one has a few problems. One, it underrates kind of quarterfinals and overrates kind of finals and wins, and underrates kind of quarterfinals and semis. 2, it doesn't adjust for opposition at all. And something I think is cool about Winners Beaten or ELO Beaten is it really gives credit for taking on the best and doing well against them. But I think it's pretty clear if you just look at the pure amount of kind of stuff racked up. Yojimbo has the biggest trophy haul. Delial's in second. I'm in third. Seto's in fourth. And then there's a pretty big drop off. And then probably Koner, Great Sephiroth, Slash, Nightwish are all pretty close in my mind. For just pure haul, that doesn't mean an overall rating. And yeah, you can see a pretty good list here. And if you check out my leaderboards, you can see a fuller list. So check that out. That shows a top 50. Anywho, guess that's all I got. Hope you enjoyed another of these races. I just think they're fun to look at, so I like making videos of them. Cheers. They do take a while for me to put together the data, so you probably won't see too many more. But wasted a big chunk of a day on this. Here's the results.